Here we go. You see Mick Dundee on the front row in the new Vegemite paint scheme. Just trying to shake things up for him. Obviously on the pole because he's just having a rough one. Guy Fieri up there too because he finished 39th at Bristol. We flipped the grid every race and we're off. We're starting 26th, I think. Oh, no problem. We got moderate damage here. Just like Bristol, just because North Wilkesboro short tracks can get wild, and it's not basically penalize the AI, you know. I'm anxious to see what this looks like when everything settles down, if it's like a Bristol where everything's just single file, or if it just stays interesting. This is my first attempt at starting a race here. I'm glad everyone's behaving. I do want to get down to the inside. We had a chance right there and I didn't take it. That was just a recipe for disaster if we went down there in front of Prince. About 50 lap pit window here. Should get 3 stops. I just can't hold that top line. I can, I'm just not concentrating enough to do it. Oh. I'm just glad. Oh. Yeah, I spooked them into almost getting together. All right, now we're having trouble. Okay, here we go. Let's settle in now. Let's talk about the points. Steve Jobs still in the points lead, but his lead is shrinking again. It might just be he just had some good luck. Some cars had some bad luck. I have a feeling we're going to start to see the leaders start shaking up again every race. We're, what, in 15th, I think? 43 points back or something? 33 maybe? This is Mona Lisa Vito from my cousin Vinny here in the green car in front of us. Ray Finkel on the outside. That's DB Cooper already behind us. I mean, in 34th. So we've lost maybe 6-7 positions right out of the gate here. Yeah, this is going to be treacherous because the AI loves diving down into one. If you give them any room, they're coming. And that's chaotic when it's a split up field ratings wise, not when everybody's all has elite ratings. So I had a feeling when especially once I started seeing how the AI races at these tracks, I had a feeling coming into this North Wilkesboro was going to be just tough. But thankfully, you know, a bad finish here doesn't matter. Or no, we want a good finish here because we're at Talladega next race, and you can have a bad start there, and it doesn't really matter. You can make your way up to the front. As I mentioned in another race, that's just going to be a wild card. Those restrictor plate tracks are really going to shake up the points. Yeah, I did download and try to run the Taylor Swift Superdome, and it's just not going to work. For a couple reasons. I mean, it's just a funny track. It's just hilarious. But every time you go down the front stretch or the back stretch or whatever, the line you're running, it always prompts the crew chief to tell you the pit road speed limit. So you're just hearing that speed limit is 45. Keep it under 40. And that's just annoying. And the AI just can't get the job done coming out of pit road. The speeds are just too much. They're just merging as soon as they exit pit road. They're going 45 and people are zinging around at 130. It's just bad news bears. So we can't run Taylor Swift Superdome. But I am thinking of the Milwaukee Mile. Because the big thing was, I saw Miami and Atlanta, 1980s Atlanta, were like 2 or 3 races apart at the end of our season, and they're pretty much the same layout. You know, just big sweeping tracks, fast. And I just wanted to mix that up. I didn't want to have 2 of the same kind of races there at the end of the season. It'd be like putting Atlanta and Charlotte back to back. Atlanta, Charlotte, and Texas, all 3 the same kind of track, back to back to back. Don't want that. So I'll eventually put up an updated schedule on what we're doing, but the Milwaukee Mile has replaced Miami. I still haven't downloaded the Milwaukee Mile and tested it, but watched some YouTube videos. Everything looks clean. We'll just have to dial in the AI. Neil Armstrong, that was on purpose, letting him go. But now we're back in it. We gotta, I want to get down here. Squealing the tires a little bit more than I would like to, but whatever. But yeah, hope you're having fun with this season. I'm having fun with the fictional drivers. Having fun. Just overall, this is just good stuff. Tim Taylor and Ray Finkel just got into it. Mick Dundee out in the lead here early. It's big. Now, let's not just hang out back here, because I just realized we're on a short track and those leaders are going to be coming. I mean, I was just blindly running the end of that Bristol race and then realized on the last lap that DB Cooper, the leader, was only 3 seconds behind us or something like that. Yeah, you can see Indiana Jones just get that big jump to the bottom of the track there. Maybe it's just because we're chickens and we don't dive in there as well as they do, but I just can't do that with this setup. We're about halfway through this run now. Kind of did it there. That was pretty good. I still see some racing up there, some side-by-side stuff, but my big fear was this being like Bristol and everyone running single file, which isn't the worst thing in the world. You don't want a wreck fest. And all told at Bristol we had some wrecks. It was still fun. It wasn't over the top wreckage, you know. Yeah, so hopefully Mick Dundee can actually get it done this race. I have faith in him. We're behind Tim Taylor here in the Binford Tools Ford car. The blue is the Detroit Lions color. And actually, when we go to Michigan this season, that's the Binford Tools 400, because Michigan and Detroit and the home improvement show. That makes sense. The Miami race was, I already had the logo made. It was the Banana Boat 400. But we're not going to be doing Miami, so I got to come up with a Milwaukee race sponsor. It might be Shots Brewery from Laverne and Shirley. Anyway, 20 laps to go. Maybe a little bit less than 20 laps to go before pit stops. We're hanging in here. Lost too many positions on the initial start, but that's fine. And I just realized I didn't see where our pit stall is, but we should be able to get a peek. Okay, we're before the turn. We're before, I'm looking on pit road here, and the secret is not to find your placard, but find the more noticeable one near you. And I see, looks like Happy Gilmore is right in front of us on pit road. The spoked, whatever, Boston Bruins hockey logo. That'll be easy to spot on pit road, and we're the one before that. And we could easily change our pit sign to be like neon green, but I don't want to be that blatantly obvious, because then everyone would do. If that was the plan, then everyone would make theirs neon green, and it would just offset, you know. So I'm trying not to cheat the AI there. No DNFs. Randy Marsh is 15 seconds behind the leader. Or I should say he's 4 seconds ahead of the leader.
Outside.
4 seconds from getting lapped. Did not want to give up that line. Did not want to go to the top and give that spot up to Indiana Jones, so I cut down in front of him.
Clear. Car outside.
Now it looks like we're all going to have a run here on Prince on the outside. I want to get up here. Yeah, thinking about taking out the random cautions thing in the race analysis, because
Car outside.
we just aren't using them this season.
Outside. Outside. Clear. Outside.
I was thinking about having another bonus point maybe for our next season that we run for the fastest lap of the race overall. Like, say Ray Finkel on this lap turns in the fastest lap of any car during the entire race, he gets a bonus point.
Stay low. Clear outside. Outside.
But
Clear outside.
we are close to pit stops. Boy, this is just one of those races where NR2003 really shines. I say that now, and things might go off the rails. But, I mean, we're just battling up back here in 31st. Trying to make our way. It's just, that's what it's all about. Alright. Mick Dundee is just solidly in the lead, over a second lead, just over 1 second interval over Guy Fieri. Let's remember, we always forget where we're at. before we pit. We're in 31st before we pit. And then we'll see if we gain or drop spots.
Inside. Stay high. Clear.
Let's just hope there aren't any pit entry wrecks. If you're familiar with this version of North Wilkesboro on NR2003, the AI really makes a bold move to get into the pits. Indiana Jones might be pitting this lap because he stayed to the bottom behind me. Nope. It just felt funky what he was doing back there. Yep, you see that, just that swerve move by, looked like that was Tobias Funke there.
The leader pitting now.
We're losing about 3/10 a lap on older tires versus fresh tires. And okay, we don't have anybody behind us. We don't have to worry about anybody really getting into us hard. And I'm guessing Prince and Ray Finkle are going to be pitting this time by.
The leader's pitting now.
So we're going to as well.
Limit 45. Keep it under 4,000 in second.
I think he hit me because the pit road commitment line isn't until
Pitting now.
a little bit later. Oh, this is a
Give
good.
you just a splash of fuel.
This is a good pit stall here. Easy way to get out on this little curve. I didn't even realize it. That whoever banged us.
Go, go, go! Limit 45. Keep it under 4,000.
Be careful here. You're going downhill. Whoever banged us might have put damage on our car, and I didn't even check to see if they were going to fix that. It would have been minimal.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
Let's let Mona Lisa Vito go because
Okay, merge when you
just
can.
let her go. Feels like there's a car above me right now. Ooh, these fresh tires are nice.
Inside. Clear inside.
We'll let this shake out here. Where did we end up? 32nd.
Keep low.
And let's keep in mind we're passing Mona Lisa Vito after pit stops.
Clear outside. Outside.
So if this changes to 31, it still means we lost a spot during the pit stops. Yeah. Came in 31, came out 32nd, but got past Mona Lisa Vito there. And we got, looks like we got about 106 laps to go. Mick Dundee preserved his lead through the pit stops. Martha Stewart's up there. Dutch Vanderland's up there. Rosie the Riveter. Andy Warhol trying to shake off the bad vibes as well.
Looking for some hot action tonight? We've got just what you want.
Wanna play?
Come on, pick up the phone right now. Call 1-800-450-WILD. We'll talk about whatever you want. Let's play. Call 1-800-450-WILD.
Come on, take a shot.
Skipped a big chunk there, about 15 laps. We were able to get around Prince. We've caught up to Tim Taylor and Hannibal Lecter here, and that's been it. I'm only jumping back in here because it feels like we're gonna actually get some racing. And yeah, it seems like with cars being evenly matched on short tracks, it's just tough for them to gain enough speed on straights to make passes. As Tim Taylor makes a pass, so never mind. We're coming up on the halfway mark of the race, so we'll be able to... Oh, we're in 30th. We'd be in prime position to get a bonus point, but we pledged, because the AI doesn't know about bonus points. We made a pledge early in the season not to abuse that. So this position on Hannibal Lecter is right here, and we're taking it. Lily and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man are lapped out. Wow. I'm trying to remember where Stay Puft started. He probably started near the back, because he finished near the front at Bristol-ish. So those two are a lap down. Randy Marsh must have gained some spots on pit road, because he was in 40th, wasn't he? Oh, no, I see him. 34th. Never mind. Marshmallow. Stay Puft fighting back. Now, my editing process when I do these videos is I don't, like, watch the whole thing, find what I'm talking about. You know, if I was going for some kind of award, then yeah. But I'll edit the video, find where I'm going to commercial, splice the video there. If there's a caution, I'll splice the video there, and you know, edit it so we just skip ahead to the restart. And after I do all that throughout the entire race, I'll zoom out on the timeline of my video software, see where there's no splices, see where there's just straight, steady video of me racing like this, and then I'll just like kind of go into the middle of that section and pick a lap to start doing some of those, you know, track speed shots and whatever I want to do for those Kodak field snapshots. So, you know, I was just... Okay, halfway home. Let's look at the standings. Looks like it's going to be the Spice Girls, Happy Gilmore, and Hannibal Lecter getting bonus points. 10th, 20th, and 30th at the halfway mark get a bonus point. But yeah, so I'll probably remember to do it now because it's been a uneventful race and I'm talking about it so much. But just now, talking about Mick Dundee and the Marshmallow Man trying to stay on the lead lap, I'm probably going to show that. But for the most part, when I do those field snapshots, I'm not remembering what I was talking about during the race. I'm not really sure what I'm talking about during the snapshot, really. I just find the beginning and end point for the snapshot, edit it in there, and move on to the next thing. So it's a big whatever. I do like that the AI's behaving here big time. Tim Taylor, we've definitely caught up to this next group. We just kind of put our head down, ran some fast laps, and we've just slowly reeled in this next group. Now they may be running side by side and being held up and by some cars in the front of this pack. I don't know, but we'll take it. Tim Taylor, what is this? Speaking of taking, we'll take that spot. Trust me, I didn't change anything about Mick Dundee's ratings. I just changed his car. I haven't touched the ratings. I had them all the same exact rating and started the season, and that's it. So anything that's been happening to certain drivers, it's just all luck and coincidence, apparently. I'm guessing pit stops started on like lap 48 last time, so we're probably going to see pit stops again here in about 7 laps. Steve Jobs. See, now this is... We got out of a weird part of the schedule, I think, where everything was just coming up roses for Steve Jobs. Everything was coming up crap for Mick Dundee. I mean, we're not even a third of the way through the season, so things can change, and I think they will. Let's not just solidify that Steve Jobs is the car to beat, because it can all get flipped on its head pretty quick, I feel. As expected, you know, Marshmallow Man, Mick Dundee was trying to pass him. Apparently Lilly is a lap down, but I think the lead cars get to the back of the pack, and they're all the same car. They're all the same ratings, and the game just does what it does, and they're probably just having trouble catching them. Doesn't mean we're catching the leader. It's just everybody's going the same speed. Actually, let's see if we're catching the leader. 14:10 last time by. Oh, we gained a 100th of a second on Mick Dundee, so we're coming. All right, let's relax. We got pit stops coming again.
The leader's pitting now.
Yeah, Mick Dundee into pit. If his luck is the same as it's been, there's going to be a caution that comes out that traps him on pit road. He'll be like the only car a lap down.
The leader's pitting now.
97. I meant to see if Tim Taylor pitted behind us, and he did the previous lap, or else we would have gone in that time. Because there's something to be said about not pitting with the AI traffic jam and gaining track position that way. I don't want to abuse that.
Limit 45. Keep it under 4,000.
I don't know which commitment. I should check before the races to see where the commitment line is, and I never do because I'm a weirdo. Indiana Jones is going out. We're coming in. Is that Happy? Where's Happy Gilmore? We just have to worry about him giving us the business if we're trying to get out. I don't see him. I'm looking for...
Go, go, go!
There's nothing coming.
45. Keep it under 4,000 in second.
Who'd we come in? Somebody's smoking. I can't even look to see because I'm looking at the speed limit. That is Mr. Rogers.
90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90.
Forrest Gump. Wait a minute. Forrest Gump was...
You're clear of pit lane.
He was running top 10 for a while, wasn't he? I think when we went to commercial, I put him in the top 10.
Outside.
Alright, here's Indiana Jones. He was ahead of us. Looks like we had a beat-up car there. I think Stay Puffed was beat up.
That car in front of you is pole
The
position.
back end might have something to
Pitting now.
do with getting banged on pit road or something. I don't know. Oh, I see some tire marks going in. I'm sitting here telling you this like you haven't already seen it already in my editing process. But there's going to be a bunch of tire marks right here. Or no, I thought I saw them. I don't know. Yeah, right there going into pit road. So something happened there. Which again, you've seen it already. I have not. Tobias Funke might be involved. I think he's been on pit road the last couple laps.
Still there. Clear.
And I would have to, if I had to put money on it, I'd say Forrest Gump was involved. Because he was running top 10. But I don't know. And then again, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man wasn't. Some cars might have got tangled up coming on and off of pit road. I'm not sure. Should have made the pass on IJ there. We had him. You can see the inside of his car. I don't know how well it shows on YouTube, but his roll cage, his roll bars are brown, because I originally had him as a brown car. The Hard Rock Cafe was his sponsor. I was like, oh, that's clever. And then I
Clear inside.
said, wait a minute, rolling run.
Inside. Clear inside. Car inside. Stay high.
So we all gained spots. Steve Jobs is up here. Steve Jobs was ahead of us before pit stops.
Stay high.
And we were in, what, 29th, 28th? So we gained 3 or 4 spots there
Stay high.
during those stops.
Clear. Inside. Keep high. Still there.
But seems like we're kind of in a traffic jam
Keep
now.
high. You're up
And
top.
we
Three
haven't
wide. Car
we haven't been running the outside for a while. Let's not lose ourselves up here. Let's make sure they have room. Oh, 3 wide here is not pretty.
Stay high.
I'm being a little bit too cautious here.
Still there.
But there's nothing we can do. Something's off. Something's going on with Rosie here in the 42 car. Something's off with her right now.
Clear inside.
Martha Stewart has jumped ahead. Jumped ahead of Guy Fieri for second place. Mick Dundee still leading this thing.
Clear outside.
You know, I talk about in the results and even talking about points, like, oh, we're starting 40th, let's gain some points. It's just all relative. Like, it's not. I mean, basically, if you start 40th, you want to gain spots. You know, you can't. But then if you stay 40th, you'll.
Still there.
I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. I wish there was some kind of equation to come up with on what's the best thing to do. Like, do you want to start 40th, get up to at least 20th? So by the next race you start in 20th and can get up to first by the end of the race, and then just do it all over again? Is that the best plan?
Still there.
I think it's the maximum points.
Stay high.
The maximum points would be winning every race, but that's not feasible.
Still there.
I don't know.
Stay high. Keep high.
with the way the pit window has been so far, I think the third round of pit stops will be lap 141. And I think that's, I can't remember, I think that's tires all the way around. We're going to cheat a little bit. If it stays green, we're going to cheat a little bit and see what the AI does on their stop. And see if they're taking on 4 tires. We don't want to get screwed over with 18 laps to go. Make the wrong call on tires and be screwed. That's not really cheating because you can do that in the real world, see what other cars are doing. Hell, you can even talk to the other crew chiefs and ask them what they're doing. It's overall fair, I feel. Mick Dundee still in the lead. Mr. Rogers and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man have DNF'd. As I suspected, Tobias Fuke was stuck on pit road. Tim Taylor, whatever happened to him, 4 laps down. Forrest Gump, something happened to him, going from top 10 to being a lap down. And Rosie the Riveter just went a lap down. So she was definitely slow. We were having trouble with her after those pit stops. So apparently Mick Dundee just passed her. We're getting down to 40 to go now. And yeah, cars are just evenly matched, man. This is just great. It's just pronounced on the short tracks because everyone's braking and speeding up at the same time. Can't really get a huge advantage. Amelia Earhart in the 3. Looks like we're gonna have her going down into 1. But no, we'll be nice. Nope. I thought she was just gonna take that. We got her here though. Let's not pinch her, stay down. Driver clean, very good. Indiana Jones is up next. We've been seeing a lot of him this race. And we're kind of in no man's land because Forrest Gump is a lap down. And we've got Indiana Jones for position, but then Tobias Fuke is the next car ahead of him. And he's a lap down. Or he's 4 laps down or whatever he is. So Martha Stewart is 3/10 behind Mick Dundee, and that's been a pretty steady interval after those pit stops. But Mick Dundee is starting to pick off some more cars at the tail end of the pack. We're about, I'd say 12 laps from pit stops here again. We kept the car clean too. I'm usually into the wall at North Wilkesboro coming off one of these turns. But we're kind of in the zone.
Inside. Clear.
And let's correct that number I said earlier. Because I said, oh, we'll lose 3/10 on old tires versus fresh. But it looks like we'll lose 6/10. My fastest lap was like a 19.8 in that first run. Now we're down to 19.5. And we're running low 20s here at the end of the run. But we're not going to short pit here. We have to wait to see what they do. I want to see if they're taking on, with 20 laps to go, if they're taking on just 2 right sides, 4 or none. What is Indiana Jones up to here? Just had a bad turn. Maybe Forrest Gump had a penalty or something. Because he's running fine. So is Tobias Fuge. And Tobias was on pit road for 4 laps. So I don't know. There's old Steve Jobs up here. Up ahead of Indiana Jones. Stay high. Give them room to race, and let's have some fun. I'm learning this top line here. Not very good.
Inside. Still there. Stay high.
I'd say we're getting close to that final round of stops. Wow, no wrecks. North Wilkesboro has been good for 1 or 2 wrecks every season. And we'll be coming back here. I think it's the Shake and Bake 400 later in the season. This is the Pillsbury 400. Pretty sure. This really hurt us running with Gump, but we're just there's nothing we can do. And he's a lap down. It's not even like this is for position. I was kind of going through the motions there for a while. Then realized we got to get around him. But we don't have to. Especially with pit stops coming up. I'd rather be on the outside than the inside. Oh, I was going to try to jump down there and block him. We're going to use up some tires here and stick that in front of him. Very good. I would say we're seeing pit stops this lap. Somebody. There go. Mick Dundee going in. Let's see if his luck. Let's see if he just keeps us going this race. Pretty incredible. I don't think he's led every lap. Because somebody probably just passed him and led a lap, but he's been dominant from start to finish.
That car's a lap down.
All right, we're gonna stop on the. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out when to check
The leader.
on what these cars are doing.
You're now in the
Okay,
top
well, Mick
one.
Dundee is in and out of his pits already. Let's see. Where's old Mick? That's right sides only. Wayne Campbell. That's going to be right sides. So it's right sides only. We're going in next time by.
Changing just the right side this time. Right side's only.
Okay. This is the right call. I mean, it's the fair call, I should say. Or is it? I mean, is there enough time left?
Limit 45. Keep it under 4,000 in seconds.
Yeah, I think we're breaking at the wrong line there. I meant to check that in the replay too. But I was gonna say, is that the right strategy? Because say
Go, go, go. Go,
say
go,
another
go.
car pits
Limit
here
45. Keep it under
and they don't take on 4
4,000
tires. Guess what? Or they don't take on any tires and they just fuel up. Well, guess what? We only have 13 laps left to gain on them with our fresher tire advantage, which we won't have, you know? We don't have enough time to use that tire advantage. But it looks like we're not even going to gain or lose spots here.
Hurry when you can. Here comes the leader.
We're still with Forrest Gump. Here comes the leader, which was probably Velma Dinkley
The leader.
as the field cycled through, so.
That car's a lap down.
One thing that's hard to test
Car inside.
is how the AI runs on 2 tires. 2 fresh ones compared to us.
Still there. Clear.
I mean, we're passing Forrest Gump with ease when we were having a nightmare with him earlier.
That car's a lap down.
That car's a lap down. That's Lily that he's talking about up inside of Indiana Jones.
We got just 10 more to go.
Velma Dinkley in the lead, but that's probably as everything cycles through. Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart has taken the lead after pit stops. Wow. I mean, let's not be too upset. I mean, it's a racing deal. It happens. It's not like Mick Dundee blew up and he's finishing 40th. But we'll see what happens. Actually, I won't see what happens until the end of the race. Indiana Jones has had enough of Lily's shenanigans. Looks like Mick Dundee's closing on her in the standings.
Car outside.
I'm not going to try to do play-by-play on that when I'm trying to race
Clear outside.
for position here with Indiana Jones.
Clear.
I could dive on him there if we were doing arcade style, but I'm trying to race clean. We're coming up on 4 to go.
Just 5 more to go.
Oh yeah, 5 more to go. Yeah, never mind. That changes when the leader does. Never mind. So we got 5 more to go. We got nobody breathing on us from behind. Let's see if we can pick up this spot from Indiana Jones at least.
Inside. Clear.
Looks like nothing weird has happened in the back of the pack since the Mr. Rogers and Stay Puft situation, which I haven't seen yet, even if it was them involved. I'm guessing Stay Puft was involved. Is he giving us room here? Yes, he is. Very gentlemanly of Indiana Jones.
Stay low. Just 2 to go. Still there.
And the white flag showed up near there, so we're probably not that far ahead of the leader, but I think we are. Relatively speaking, I think we're fine.
The yellow flag is
Oh, what
down.
is this?
Let's go.
Let's gain some spots here.
We got trouble in the pit. Car outside. Clear. Okay.
Yeah, we gained a couple spots there at the end.
Flag. 1 more lap to go. You got a slow car up high. You're now in the top 20.
Now, do we all...
Pit road is closed.
I think
We got a wreck in turn 1.
we have to... Can't pull a Mark Martin here. We have to come around. It looked like that was Tobias Funke involved in that. Oh, everybody's stopping here. Don't know what to do.
There's the flag.
Yeah, it's over.
Stay behind the 2 car. The race is over. Come on in.
Well, we got trouble here. Andy Warhol's getting...
2 car.
Andy Warhol's just getting abused back there.
Let him by. Pit road is now open. Limit 45. Keep it under.
Lost in all the chaos at the end there. Martha Stewart got the win. If you were watching there, I showed Mick Dundee on those last round of pit stops got held up when he came back out by Tommy Callahan. And Martha Stewart was pitting on the next lap, and her and Al Bundy both got ahead of Mick Dundee. But still, man, good job, Mick Dundee. Pretty much everybody stayed where they were supposed to be. Velma Dinkley got a big jump. We had 5 leaders, 11 lead changes, 1 caution for no laps. And we'll talk about that coming up. Mick Dundee, huge number of laps led there. And we talked about the Spice Girls, Happy Gilmore and Hannibal Lecter getting those points halfway through the race. Moving to places 11 through 20. This is what I want to talk about. We lost a lap there at the end. I wasn't sure what we were doing there with that caution that flew. We ended up losing a lap, big deal, but we gained spots. I'm not worried about losing the lap there. On the 3rd page here, Steve Jobs. He stopped getting his top 10. He stopped rattling off those top 10s. He's coming back down to earth. And you can see it was just tough sledding here to gain a lot of spots from the back of the pack. And all these, all the started positions, they just couldn't make moves. Now heading to the bottom 10, and let's talk about this. I saw the wreck. I didn't see it live. I showed it, obviously, coming onto pit road. Prince Akeem got spun out, and then we had Forrest Gump get dinged up when he was running top 5. Lily got flipped upside down. Rosie the Riveter was involved in that, pretty sure. And then, obviously, Stay Puft took one into the wall. Mr. Rogers hit him. He was the car that was smoking. And then Tobias Funke, a couple things. Got into Tim Taylor. I showed that. Flipped Tim Taylor over or whatever happened there. And if you remember, that happened to us in our 92 season with Michael Waltrip here at North Wilkesboro. That's interesting. And then also, Tobias Funke brought out that final caution, which I didn't show, but it was just Super Dave Osborne spinning him out. So, that's it. Nothing else to talk about here. It was good. I mean, we finished where we were supposed to, I think. I think it was a good one. All right, we're hitting up Talladega next. Pretty much night and day between this and between Talladega and North Wilkesboro here. All right, thanks for watching.